Good morning, guys. Today I'm not 100% sure what all I'm going to be doing. I do know that I'm going to get some sewing done on some dragons for my Etsy shop. I'm just kind of in a weird space right now to where I'm pretty caught up on projects for YouTube. I'm not really caught up on vlogs, but I figured I'd take advantage of this and try and get a few extra things in my Etsy shop, mainly because I haven't been making things strictly for it. I've been mainly making things for videos and then putting them in my Etsy shop. I kind of realized that when I made my ghost dragon, it's been quite a while since I've made dragons, so I just wanted to get a few of them out there. So I'm actually starting on 2 dragons. I'm going to get the sewing done for the bodies, and then we'll see what else we're going to do. Okay, so the dragons that I'm going to do, I figured I'd do 2 different colors because I wanted them to be very different. So I'm going to be doing a purple dragon, and then I'm also going to be doing a green dragon. I think I'm going to work on the green dragon first. Purple one's going to be sequins, and then the green dragon is going to be, let me get it, this one fabric. I've used this like one time and I've never used it since, and I've been needing to use it for something. So I'm probably going to make this just a time-lapse bit because the sewing machine is going to be too loud to talk over. So we'll get that done real quick and then we'll figure out what else we're going to work on. Gotta love when your bobbin goes out right as you start sewing. Okay, guess I'm filling that up real quick. Okay, so I got all my fabric basically sewn. The green dragon is pretty much done at this point for now, other than putting him together at the end, but because I decided to use the sequins, I got to get all this cut out now. So I'm going to get this done. I do have to sew the wings a bit more though. You know, I've actually been really enjoying doing these vlogs. They've kind of made me slow down a little bit, which I might have to stop them if I get like in a rut or something, but right now they're making me slow down and spend just a little bit more time on my creatures and stuff, and I've just been enjoying that instead of rushing through making something. It's also nice not having to record the making of a whole doll and just like do sneak peeks here and there. It's also kind of cool that I can use the vlogs to give you sneak peeks of videos to come, which I really like because I'm really bad at like advertising myself. If you went onto any of my other social medias, you can see that I tend to just disappear a lot, and I'm just not a very social media type person. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit anti-social, but for video-wise and product-wise, I need to get better at it. I need to start posting things like daily and stuff like that. Not videos, there's no way I could do videos daily, but like just posting like an Instagram a day would be nice. I try to, but usually I'll post something around when I have a video uploaded and then I'll just kind of disappear. If I'm in like a really like good mood, I'll post here and there other things or sneak peeks, but I always just kind of forget about doing it. And I know that's really bad because Instagram's really good for artists to get their stuff out there. And yeah. Okay, so I have literally spent half the day sewing and I'm finally done. So this is one of the wings to get an idea of the purple dragon. And then we have the green dragon. So I am tired of sewing and I think I want to start some clay stuff. I want to make some horns for them, and then, here, they're behind you. I picked out a few gems that I might use for them. So like the green dragon, I've got a few of these resin pieces. Okay, well, I got those for the green dragon, and then I had some pink ones Come on, pay attention. There we go. Some pink ones for the purple dragon. So those are probably going to be in the forehead, but we're not going to do the heads now. We're just going to make some horns for them. Because when I did the ghost dragon, I didn't do any horns, but this time around, I kind of want to change it up a little bit. Okay, so let me get all of the sequins off of my desk. Last thing I want is this stuck in my clay. And then we can make our horns. Those should be fine right there. I don't think I'll need more clay. Okay, I decided to grab more clay anyways, just to be safe. So, these are the little wireframes for the horns. So I think the green dragon is going to have some curved horns, and then I want the purple dragon to have 2 sets of horns, but they're going to be straight. So I'm going to start getting my clay set up. We'll start adding them to a wireframe. I think I'll do these ones first. So all I'm doing is taking the clay that I have and I'm running it over the wire and then just kind of trying to blend the clay into the shape that I want. Just kind of squeezing it here and there and stuff. So I like the layout. Now with these two, because I decided to double up the wires to make them a little bit more sturdy, we may have to do something different to get them on the wire frame, because the little ripple-y things will probably make it hard to just slide the clay over. Okay, so these are going to be a little bit more tricky. So instead of running it over, I'm just going to smush it on the top of one side and then pinch it around the wire. We'll have a seam for a little bit, but then we can blend that away later. So I decided to twist the horns a little bit. These ones came out really smooth, these ones came out a little lumpy, but I think they'll look kind of cool next to each other with the smaller ones in front. Okay, so now we need to do this. I'm going to do something different with that. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to cover up one side of the wire, and then with the other, I'm going to try and do some like layering things. So I think this will be more of the underside of the horn. Here we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's the under part. Now we're going to make the layers on the top. Okay, so what I did was I made some strips of clay and I broke them up into individual mounts, and I did 2 rows, so each row has the same size and everything like that. So I can do the same thing to each side of the horn. So I think, you know, actually I need to start with the bottom, or the top. I need to start with the top, because we're going to layer them going down. So what I'm trying to do is have the little spikes wave like this way, then that way, and then back in, so it kind of looks a bit more like fluid. Okay guys, my horns are in the oven baking. They're probably going to take about 30 to 40 minutes to be done baking and cooled to work with again. So I'm going to get some sewing done on another piece for a video. And while I was at it, I decided to start on the feet for the dragon as well. If you're wondering what they're sitting on, it's just damp paper towels. You're probably also wondering, why are you putting paper towels in an oven? Well, this is how I prevent them from getting a shiny surface from touching like the metal pans or something. Because if you just put the clay directly on a glass or metal pan, it's going to create a weird like melted spot. And usually what I'll do is just dampen paper towels and rest them on top of them to kind of like soften the blow. And I always make sure I'm in the kitchen when I'm doing this, of course, so that nothing catches on fire. So if you do this, make sure to stay next to your oven the whole entire time. So I'm going to put these in the oven along with the horns. This one is actually for a review video, and I'm going to be reviewing this colored clay. And I've got the body done, and I just need to get the legs sewn into place. So that's what I'm going to get done while I'm waiting on my horns. And now we can work on the dragon heads. Okay, so I'm going to be sewing the front legs on first, I think. The hardest part about this is getting both legs on both sides even. Because if you're not paying attention, you can make it like slightly more up or down. And I'm really picky on that. I don't want my legs to be like all weird on my creatures. That's one reason I like sewing the legs on this way now, because they just look so much better. And I've always been like really self-conscious on how the creature's legs look when they were sewn on differently. So I just really like how this looks, and I think it just looks a lot better, and I want to make sure that I do it right. It doesn't take too much to sew these into place, just a few stitches here and there. Just want to take your time with it to make sure you get it in the right position. And before I do the shoulder blade, I'm going to do the other leg on the other side and do the same thing with it. That way I know they're even before I do any more sewing work. Now, it doesn't need to be exactly perfect. It just needs to not be noticeably off. So it can be off by a tiny, tiny bit and you won't even notice it. But if it's off by a large margin, it's going to be kind of weird looking. See, they're pretty much nice and even. This is slightly further back, but not really noticeable. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Now we need to do the shoulders. So the wires can go all the way down now. And take this, kind of wrap it around the wire. I want to make sure that where I want to connect it is even, and I'm going to place that in position. So that's where we're going to have it, and we're going to sew it. So we're going to sew it slightly into the fur as well. Okay, so I got the legs sewn. I like how they look so far. The only thing is they're a little too thin, so I think I'm going to take some strips of the fur fabric that we used and kind of go around them a little bit, just to kind of fill them in a bit more and make them look a bit more fluffy, because they just look too scrawny right now. So I'm going to get my glue and start gluing those in place. Okay, so I did one already, and now I'm going to get the other 4 done. I think it looks really good. Basically, I'm just going around the edges with my fabric tack. And then fabric tack doesn't really stick. It's kind of like really fluidy. So I usually take a little bit of my hot glue gun and just kind of do a little bit in the middle. That way it has something to hold it in place while it's drying. I'm just going to take this and start wrapping it around the leg. Sometimes I have to use my fingernails just because it's hard to maneuver the tools sometimes, but you want to make sure you're careful not to get fabric tack on your hands. It doesn't irritate my skin, but I know everyone's skin is a little different, and it is something that does have chemicals in it that could be irritants. See, that looks pretty good. Okay, now I just need to do the other half. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call it good today. I actually already finished the dragon heads. I did them off camera, and I'm just gonna show them real quick to you. So I've got the one for the purple dragon right here. Just did something a little bit different. I'm not completely happy with this one, but I think it's because I'm gonna add more decorative stuff to the neck to make up for it. But yeah, I think that came out pretty decent. The eyes are kind of foggy, but I'll get them fixed when I re-resin the head. And then this one is going to be the green dragon. Get him focused. And you can see how I did the horns, and I actually extended the pattern going down the face. And then I decided to go with black eyes because the fur that I'm going to use on him is going to be black as well. I'm just trying to stick with the same colors. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this one. The purple one, I'm a little less happy, but I'll make it work because I want to add more stuff to the neck, and I think that's what I'm missing right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!